forward. SUV coming at you here, guys, on the trail. Or it's a little pickup truck.
Here we are, leaving West Can Yard for the last time this season. Heading home. Pretty sure what this one's going to end up on is just going to be a highlight reel of all the nice stuff I see heading home. So first stop Edmonton, and then they're going to reload us with something and then on to wherever, probably Moose try to drop it and somebody else can deliver it. I do not have the required training to drop the load, to deliver the load. So
last time this year, 4 southbound trucks off the trail at 0. Oh man. Yeah. You're not to bed yet, Dad? Just wait for his son to get home. Copy. Go dead on, boys.
yesterday. He figures they'll still be trickling in from Sal there on Saturday. Last guys at Gaucho had up to 14 to 15 hour wait to unload once they got there. Oh, oof them, eh?
Four empties in on the scan, still looking for that empty to come out.
Somebody else leaving West Canada right now? They head south?
What's that, buddy?
I was gonna say, did you just hear somebody else heading south right now? Like southbound, empty out of Yellowknife towards Edmonton kind of thing? Trickling out about 12 hours ago. One, two at a time, just as everything, you know, reset gets done, get out of it. Oh yeah, I'll bring it back when I see something interesting. Yeah, this is a little very thin bridge down here on Highway 3. Gotta go, it's so narrow that they slow the highway down to 40 kilometers an hour for it. So you can fit two vehicles passing either way, but it is kind of narrow, especially when you get two big trucks passing on it. So again, you probably can't see a whole heck of a lot because the night still is only 5:30 in the morning. On the way south. Just passing by Fort Providence and the Big River Travel Plaza here. Little travel plaza, one of the only non-tier rest areas, places to stop on this road between Enterprise and Yellowknife. Actually, I think it is the only one. There's a little gas station out in the middle. This is the corner for getting into the town of Fort Providence. Don't tend to stop here too much, but really good burgers and bison burgers and stuff here. Don't tend to stop too much. I'm going to stop right now. We'll go to the bathroom and stuff. So be back when I am pulling out. I think gas prices are high down in southern Saskatchewan. $1.91 here. Definitely not cheap to live up in this area. Transport heading south. So I'll be back. Sorry, I forgot to put starter into this as soon as I started driving up, but yeah, just pulled back onto the highway here from little gas station and hitting the road heading south. Probably just leave you on for this little bit because we'll be coming up to the Mackenzie River Bridge again and crossing over it the last time this season, that's for sure. Not even 15-20 minutes away, I don't think so. $140 kilometers to Enterprise, so just about an hour and a half. It was in the minus 30 range and lots of minus 40, but not that much snow. We had little skiffs, but none of the big shut down the road blizzards that are normal, so, which is a good thing with everything else that happened to shut down the road this year. If we would have had 2 or 3 of those like normal, we would have been screwed. Mackenzie River Bridge. Before the bridge was here, it used to be in the 90s and stuff, and I can't remember when the bridge was built. Maybe the bridge was built in the late 90s. But, yeah, probably late 90s or so the bridge was built. And before that, they actually had a ferry that ran across in the summer, and I believe in the winter it frozen, it's still frozen enough that they built the ice across. So it was actually an ice route, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about this. It used to be, summertime was a ferry, and the wintertime was an ice crossing. So and then they built the bridge here. Now they have a toll for commercial trucks and stuff to pay for the bridge, and I was told told it was like a $200 toll or something on going across, which could be. I'm not exactly sure. I cannot remember. But I know the fine that I was told about crossing this bridge without the transponder like Westcat trucks have, or a valid permit. And the thing I just drove underneath there takes a picture of every truck. I don't know about cars, but I know every commercial truck that goes through, it takes a picture of it. And to verify that if you have the permit. And if you do not have the permit, it's a $1,400 or $1,500 fine for running across the bridge without a permit. For, like I say, a max $200-300 permit, if that. I'm not even sure if it's that high. I be honest, I cannot remember what the permit is. But yeah, it's a $1,500 fine for running across this bridge without a permit, and they take a picture of you both ways. No matter whether you have a permit or transponder or not, they take a picture and verify that you have the permit. So you're getting, if you're trying to, this was, sorry, off topic, this was the path down here on the right here to where the ferry crossing was. But yeah, so, but guaranteed you are going to take and get a fine if you're running across here without a transponder. So, not in any way, shape, or form worth chancing. And the ferry crossing was, let's say, that little road just off to the right there at the start of the bridge. The ferry crossing on this side, and then I believe you can see the ferry crossing, the dock, where the dock was on the other side still. We shall see. Water flowing, open water flowing already in a couple of spots underneath the bridge here, so who knows, maybe they just ran icebreakers or something to keep a channel open for the ferry. I don't know. Honestly, don't know yet. I've never thought to look into it. You actually get service right at the top of the bridge here, so if it's and there's signs back there saying emergency call point. So if you get to the top of the bridge, you can make an emergency call if you're having trouble. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see a couple pieces sticking up on the right-hand side there, which is where the ferry used to dock. Used to come up onto this side. That side there's more of a dock. This side there's more of I've seen it without the snow. This side there's just more of a ramp. Bridge. A little bit of mist here. And there we go. That was the Mackenzie River Bridge. I'll be back later. Here we are, turning Highway 3 onto Highway 1. Obviously not Canada, number 1 in the highway, Trans-Canada, but Northwest Territories one. This highway turns into, I can't remember the number off the top of my head, I think it's 97 or something like that, when you hit the border with Alberta. So once I turn on this highway, I need to stop in at Yellowknife, wrong direction. I need to stop in at Enterprise and get some fuel. But other than that, stay on this highway all the way down to high level. Or hopefully I'm going to avoid a 2-day stay while they fix my truck. Nothing acting wrong with the truck, so that's why I'm hoping it just goes free. I just about forgot to turn it on, but I'm just getting into Enterprise here. Gonna stop a bit, cheap fuel here for West Can, so I'm gonna be precautionary and stop and get some fuel. So stretch my legs. Been an hour or so. Scale is closed. Which won't bother me, so I'm running empty anyways. Pull in here, get out, stretch my legs, get some fuel, and take back off again. A few guys in here already. Like I said, they would have been trickling out, so. And depending on how their sleep cycle were, some guys might have just got up and drove down. Got up, drove down here, went back to bed kind of thing, so. Still evidence of the fires here last summer, some a year ago, so. Year or so ago, so it's just pretty badly burned in some areas. Okay, gotta get some fuel and I'll be back. There we go, got fuel. Only needed like 280 liters or something, so I didn't need much at all, but better be on the safe side up here just because so few and far between fuel stops, so just gonna pull around and do a quick walk around and check the tires, and then we'll be out of here. Into the trip now. Push it off into a big pile over on the side there. That side of the trailer's got a big dent in it. Somebody jackknifed it. Oh, actually, that one might have been laid on the side. Okay, I'm just going to leave you running while I'm stopped here for a minute, and I'll be back. tires are inflated, lights are still working. Time to hit the road. It's colder than the temperature gauge inside the truck says right now, because it's saying the sun's beating down very hot. It is warm out there. I was going to say minus 15, 16-ish, but the truck say with the sun beating on the temperature probe, the truck is showing like minus 5. And it's not that, it's warm, but it's not that warm. I should have better traction than last time I came through here because, well, there's no barely any snow and ice around. Northwest Territories. I think from here it's about an hour-ish. Be wrong? Yeah, I'm gonna say, according to GPS, 83 kilometers from here to the border, and I was wrong before. It's not 97, like for some reason that number was stuck in my head. It turns into 35. Alberta 35. About 45 minutes to an hour, except I believe it drops to 98 just outside Enterprise here instead of 100, so about an hour to the border. 1,072 kilometers from here to the Edmonton yard. Won't make it tonight, but finish it off tomorrow. Yeah, see, 83 kilometers to the border, 274 to high level, which, barring any problems, that'll be my next stop. Stop at high level, get out and stretch my legs, check everything over, head out again. Might make her get something to eat when I'm at high level too. We'll see how that goes. Heading back into Alberta. Not going to bother to stop at the rest area this time, but yeah. Maybe I just get back into Alberta and keep going. The road is so much nicer than last year. Last year when I came out, I drove straight into a blizzard all the way down to high level. Actually just south high level where the blizzard came out. Until I talked to a driver that had just come north. I just about parked at that level until it blew over. But he said that it was within half hour with dry roads and great driving, so I decided to push on, and well, it was true. Beautiful road, so I'm glad I pushed on. But yeah, it was worse than anything I'd seen on the ice, as bad as that sounds. It's just like all that driving on the ice just to get stopped by a blizzard going home. Beautiful weather driving down this time. That 50K is a remnant of this bridge being under construction last year. But to be on the safe side, slow down. Yeah, because that's the 50 limit sign, so they just didn't bother to take the sign down. Well, they still want you to go slow, they just didn't bother to put a resume sign. Been just temporary renewed. The GPS is still showing 90 kilometers an hour as the speed limit. So. Area I stopped out on my way north. Like I said, I'm not going to be stopping this time. Just power right past. There we go, crossing the 60th parallel into Alberta. From 90 up to 100, about roughly 2 hours down to high level. 989 kilometers to the Edmonton yard. Okay, well, I shall see you either at high level or when anything interesting pops up. Now we're just coming close. We're like 12 kilometers away from high level. And I found my GPS was on. It's taking me the long way, so it cut 2 hours off the trip to Edmonton. So I'm only 768 kilometers away from Edmonton at this point. Still won't make it in one stretch. It's just way too long. So, but whatever. Takes a couple hours off the trip. Why not? High level airport is right around here. Yeah, the sun's out and temperature is up according to the truck to -6 already. So it's getting nicer and nicer the farther south I go, which is a welcome change from -25 to -30 all season. The other nice thing is radio's been dead silent. I don't mind talking to guys on the radio once in a while, well, fairly often even, but after 2 months of non-stop, there's always somebody talking on the radio because they're on a portage, or they're on a mile marker, or they're coming into a mine, or they're leaving a mine, coming into Lockhart, leaving Lockhart, getting into YK, leaving YK, whatever. The silence is so nice. Oh, only when you have constant chatter can you really appreciate just the silence. Yeah, we just passed the airport there. Still got plenty of snow up here, although you can tell it's starting to recede from the level, 1 kilometer. Looks like there's construction on one of the bridges I'm going to be driving on, but thankfully it doesn't start until the 4th. So it's going to be, I'm going to be through it way before they start. Makes my life easier. This would normally be where you turn to head south, but I'm heading into high level here to get out, stretch my legs. I think I'm going to find something to eat, because there's one thing about the ice roads, it's got me used to eating 2 to 3 decent meals a day, so I gotta get back into my habit of just having a couple sandwiches on the go here. Yeah, let's get a propane truck. I'm gonna head down to the NW. Quality Inn that I'm just passing here is where I stayed for 2 nights on the way up when the truck was in the shop just outside of the high level here. Not a bad little hotel. Cheap for me because the West End paid. The restaurant was good, rooms were nice. It's a decent little place. Going to the KFC, but I don't know if there's truck parking along the road on that side. So I know I can obviously park here. I've done it before. There's obviously trucks parked right there, so make it easy. Just go to the A&W. I haven't had fast food in over 2 months. So one burger and some fries won't kill me. Although I'm going to still try and keep away from the pop, seeing as I haven't had any. Well, I have had 2 bottles of Coke since I left high level on my way up north. So if I can avoid having it, I'm going to. For some lunch. Alright, well, I will be back once I have got back in the truck and I'm heading south. Bye. Okay.
Cast another spell under icy.
Okay, here we go. Grab a couple of buddy burgers and some fries for lunch. But I'm gonna hit the road and I'll eat on the go. Leaving Enterprise to head south. Not Enterprise, geez, Enterprise. Sorry, I was just talking to a guy who was at Enterprise earlier. leaving high level to head south. Here we go, turn on the Highway 58, it's heading south. Away from the turn to head on to 88 south. Lots of traffic coming out of high level right now, going in and out of high levels. Just sitting relaxing on a cruise. Let's do its thing. Everybody else on the side isn't wanting to do that, but whatever, I am. corner for 88 with that Cactus Junction Petro-Canada that I stopped at and had problems with on the way up. Not a bad little place to stop, to be honest with you. Plenty of parking, everything's clean, nice people. But I am going to avoid stopping there. Mainly because I just want to get home. Sitting in there. Heading south. Oh yeah. I'll see you in a bit. Okay. Coming up to some construction, so this would be that bridge that they're going to be starting working on in a week or so. I don't think we'll have to deal with stoppage or anything, but they're slowing us right now. Oh, all the way down to 30. Didn't think I'd have to deal with going this slow. I figured 70 maybe. 70 maybe. So, I only got the stoplight and everything up already. I wonder if they're actually stopping us or if it's just in preparation. Nope, they are stopping us. There's a lot of staging area for wide loads. I ain't no wide load. Kind of amazing they're doing this, a week before they're even starting work. Sorry about that. And we're moving again. Heading over the Peace River. I forgot to turn it on, but I'm running through Red Earth Creek here and I'm pulling over and stopping at that little gas station that I stopped at on the way up. Gotta check out a couple of things and take a break. I might just shut down for the night. I've only got an hour left on my logbook and that'll put me sleeping in the middle of nowhere. Where, at least here I got a bathroom and stuff, so thinking that's what I might end up doing. The Western trucks are in here already. Like I say, everybody starts trickling out. Probably, I gotta say, even before I left yesterday evening.
Heavy on the highway.
Stupid and parking backwards, I don't know. Whatever, not my problem. Alright, I'll be back either tonight or tomorrow, depending on what I want to do.